Before you, my friends, it's nothing uncommon. I'd go so far as to say that it's actually very common. And what it is, obviously, as you can tell, is a 2024 Jeep Gladiator. Gladiator itself was introduced in 2020, and I think, considering the success that Jeep has had with this vehicle over the last 4 years, they're beating themselves up quietly for not having brought it to market 10 years prior to that. Because I imagine that the markups are very juicy on this type of vehicle. But that's besides the point. The thing with this vehicle is that, and it's kind of funny because I'm putting it to the test, as you can kind of see right now, as I'm hauling a bunch of car parts, as one does, and right away I can see the limitations, or I found the limitations of the Jeep Gladiator's short bed, but the fact of the matter is that it's still doing the job. But what this vehicle truly absolutely is just a lifestyle choice. The Wrangler itself, I mean, for the number of Rubicons I see on the road, which are all, with maybe one or two exceptions, which are usually heavily modified, they're all clean. And the same thing happens with the Gladiator. I see numerous ones fully equipped for hardcore overlanding with tents and boxes and everything, but they're all immaculately clean. This is why, I mean, definitely, you know, the Gladiator is a lifestyle thing. Someone, I forget who, I think it was maybe Jim Morrison over at Jeep back in the day, said 100% of all Jeep owners imagine themselves going off-roading with their Jeep vehicle, which I thought was absolutely brilliant and really applies to this. Now, as you can see, this is a Willis edition, which is quite possibly the smartest iteration of this, where you get plenty of off-road capability without paying such a, well, it's really expensive. Wait. Well, you probably know, if you're an enthusiast, a Jeep enthusiast, you know that these things, they don't give them away in Canada. In the US, almost, but not here. Anyhow, what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit more about, you know, this is the updated, facelifted version of the JT first generation Gladiator. And then we're going to do a couple of laps of this just fantastic truck, period. I mean, there's nothing else. It's you know, it delivers on what it's supposed to deliver, and it does it magnificently well. So yeah, do a few laps, and then we're going to take it for a quick drive. No off-roading in this video. There's no real point, because we know that if you do go far off-roading with this, well, you're pretty much done, because you're going to feel overly confident. Anyhow, please stick around. And so, yeah, updated for 2024, slightly different grille. I mean, the changes are very subtle. Revised bumpers, you know, just touches that will, well, effectively not really stand out when you're driving on the road. But it's difficult to update something that looks so iconic. In fact, I don't know that, much like the Wrangler, the Gladiator, as long as it'll be available, of course, will evolve. In the US, base price for the Sport is a very reasonable $37,895. The top trim, the new trims, the Rubicon X and Mojave X, are $63,590. Same price for both trims. In Canada, it starts with the Sport S, which is about $56,500, which is completely insane. Yeah, it's got more kit than the base Sport, but I don't know, about nearly $20,000 worth. Rubicon X, Mojave X, like I said, new for 2024. They're about $80,000 a piece. It's crazy when you think about it, because I see, well, a lot of this new Willis, but a bunch of Mojaves and Rubicons all over the greater Montreal area. It's kind of nuts. What you get in the Sport S is 17-inch wheels, 12.3-inch touchscreen display, which is new. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, soft top, command track 4x4, 32-inch tires, and so on and so forth. Now my Willis, as it sits before you in beautiful hydro blue, which absolutely works wonders on this body style, includes these black 17-inch wheels. It's got heavy-duty dampers. It's got off-road tires, as you can see, these Firestone Destination tires, which are actually kind of nice and decent on road, I have to say. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few moments. But you also get the Willis decals and a number of other features. Now, my tester as it sits includes the trifold soft tonneau cover, which I have rolled up because, well, I'm doing this kind of half backwards. I've already delivered the parts that you saw in the intro and that you will maybe notice in the driving portion of the video. It's got the convenience group, so heated seats, steering wheel, keyless entry, a remote start, and the Sunrider hardtop, which is kind of cool. I didn't remove it because, well, I don't want to scratch the panels. You're looking at, as it sits, again, just crazy numbers, about $72,000 for something like a 3.6 liter V6 engine, which is old, but it does the job. Anyway, sure, there's not much else to say about this. The box is small, but clearly does the job. The back seats, you know, the cutaway could have been better, but whatever, that's dumb details. There's room for 2 kids in the rear, 2 adults, 3 is going to be a tight squeeze, not much else to say there. With the Willis, you also get the cloth seats, which are actually kind of nice. They're really, really soft. So comfortable for short trips. What else can I tell you? I guess we'll just go straight into starting it up. New 12.3 inch display is lovely. I have to admit that it's, I don't know what else to say. Uconnect 5 still works wonderfully well, as we would expect, always. Just hard buttons, just exactly what you need when you need them. There's your rear locking diff, which is included with the Willis, which is kind of cool. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a few moments too. You have off-road plus mode, which is only available when you shift to 4-wheel drive. I'm in 2-wheel drive right now because, well, everything is nice and pretty. There's nothing else to say. Love the handle, great visibility, bunch of Easter eggs, where are you, all over the place, as you would expect in a Jeep. Yeah, the top, just remove the handles. It's very easy and it's not that heavy. I don't know if that's it. Oh yeah, side airbags. I think that's new for 2024 too. And that's it. You know what? Let's drive now. Now, as we're driving off, the thing with the current generation JT Gladiator and current generation Wrangler JL, I always forget how refined they are. I know it almost makes no sense to actually use that word in a sentence to describe a Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator. But truly, I mean, the chassis, the way it's set up, it is never has it been a more daily drivable, truly dedicated off-road vehicle. There are no downsides if you're getting into one of these, because you know what you're getting into, and it's what it's a Jeep thing you wouldn't understand. It's so true, so absolutely true. The only issue, which isn't necessarily an issue, it's just excuse me, it's just getting really, really old, is the only powertrain offered now with the facelifted Gladiator, which is the 3.6 liter V6 engine, 283 HP, 260 pound-feet of torque. I mean, it does the job that it has to, but we're talking ancient powertrain technology here. But, you know, thanks to it, you can tow 7,700 pounds with the Gladiator, though I don't know that I wouldn't push it that hard. I mean, I'm not saying that the structure can't take it, but I'm just saying that, you know, I'm averaging 13.5 liters per 100 kilometers, which is impressive. I must be really relaxed this week. I don't know what it is. But, yeah. 7,700 pounds you can tow. And as you saw, I mean, I've got about 450 pounds worth of stuff in the bed right now. It can haul over 1,700 pounds. And again, I don't know that I would go that far to the absolute max, but the ride quality is not even remotely affected, nor is performance from the V6. And I mean, one of the things that really works well with this is the 8-speed automatic transmission. And the limiting factor is one of its coolest features. It's just the off-road tires that you get with the Willis. I mean, okay, yeah, they're noisy, but you can feel them. If you go beyond, oh, I don't know, 3/10, you can feel them scrubbing as you're, taking a curve. But I don't know, you have a Gladiator, you have a Wrangler. It's not about that. It's just about the lifestyle and, like I was saying, the image that it projects. And I really absolutely love the Gladiator. There's nothing like it. And if you ask my son, he'd tell you that it's the coolest thing. More so, and especially if it has a winch in the front, more so than any McLaren or Porsche or any, well, maybe not Porsche. He is, like his dad, partial to Porsche. But there's something about the Jeep that no matter what Ford will do to the Bronco, it just can't match it. It's not going to happen. In the future, I don't have to explain to you with the Willys. Yes, it does have the locking rear diff, which you can activate while in high, which is really cool. You won't get stuck. If you do, you're completely stuck. You're absolutely screwed. That's always, as I've said in the past, the disadvantage with something so capable is that when you do get stuck, you see, yeah, you're good and done. But yeah, for 2025, 2026, I mean, we can expect, rumors have circulated that, the 4xe will make its way into this, which will make it an interesting alternative, though, as you heard, this thing is just impossibly expensive in Canada. So, factor in some 4xe plug-in hybrid tech and, I mean, it's already out of reach for many. It's going to be even more out of reach if you want, the power and the EV range from the 4xe. But look, bottom line is the Gladiator is unique. There's nothing else like it. And if that's what you want, that's what you get. Just like a Wrangler. If you're a Jeep person, and I love being a Jeep person, 1 week at a time though, I will admit. This thing is just phenomenal. The steering is whatever, and stability is whatever. Well, no, it's stable, but I mean, it catches. Every side draft will send you, a few feet over. It doesn't matter. Brakes feel great. The ride quality, I don't know, I'm repeating myself. I'm sorry. I'm just really enthused about this truck. I absolutely love it. It does exactly what you need from a mid-size, mildly, well, let's call it pickup-like pickup. And that's it. I'm done.